Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II college basketball, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Playing Corley off the Poffenberger screen. Great screen. McLean Corley for three. It's good!
5 seconds left on the clock. Werner looking for room to maneuver. Pulls up. Floater. Gets it to go. Kara Werner.
Let's go live to the Butcher Center on the campus of Shepherd University for tonight's broadcast. We welcome you back here to the Butcher Center on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini and Dylan Bishop here on the call. Dylan, as we begin Shepherd men's basketball, first time we'll have them on TV 10 this season, as well as WRNR TV on YouTube. The Rams coming in 4-3. They got IUP, who sits at 5-3 on the year. We just watched the women's game, and it's pretty much a brand new looking Shepherd men's team. Not a whole lot of guys return in terms of players that played significant roles last year. In particular, of course, Danielle McLean Corley and Philip Jordan graduating. Other than that, you do return some guys, but not the big 1-2 punch that's kind of been the face of the program. And in a lot of ways, the team has changed the way it plays to represent that, with the Parr brothers coming over from Towson University as transfers. They bring the 6'9 and 6'10 height that Shepherd really didn't have last year, so it's changed their style of play a little bit.
Right, yeah. They have been pretty huge for Shepherd so far this year. Obviously, Chase Parr has come in and been the leading scorer for the Rams through 7 games. Him being the grad transfer, standing at 6'10", 255. Size isn't really something that Shepherd had a whole lot of these last few years. So they kind of had to make that transition out of, a lot of their stuff going through Philip Jordan and Daniel McLean Corley to see, what was going to work for them this year. And it's been a combination of that added size, especially through Chase Parr, but also, Brody Davis, the freshman coming in from Morgantown High School, being the second leading scorer on this team and being the biggest three-point taker on this entire team. The most attempts and the most makes, 34% on the year so far. And that's made up over three quarters of his attempts from the field are three-pointers. Taken 60 shots this year, and 47 of them have been threes. At 34%, that's a pretty good clip there. And you got some guys that come back: Marcus Banks, Gerard Robinson, Carson Poffenberger, guys that were sort of role players last year and have needed to step up a little bit more in terms of handling the load this year with Jordan and McLean Corley gone. But overall, they have done their part, although a lot of it has come through Chase Parr and Brody Davis, 12 points a game and 10 points a game for Parr and Davis. But overall the scoring has been pretty spread out past that. Robinson, Banks, Poffenberger, and Kolpar have, off the bench, have been contributing 8 or 9 points themselves per game. So it's a team that I think is probably still finding their way a little bit in terms of who to work the offense through. But the defense is usually the calling card of Shepherd and Justin Namalik, although they've had a lot of high-scoring losses this year, a couple that have kind of bumped up the averages, giving them 93 points to Virginia State, 92 to West Liberty, two very good basketball programs. But they were able to get the upset in their last PSAC game at Cal PA, nationally ranked Cal PA, 66-61. So when Shepherd can drag you into the mud and play the defensive kind of ball that Justin Namlik likes to play, they can hang with just about anybody. We saw them beat nationally ranked East Stroudsburg last year.
Yes, and another thing to note about Shepherd this year, one of the key guys that you would think would be impact player for them would be Aiden Hewley returning from injury, but it appears maybe he's still dealing with that injury or maybe just recovering slowly. You can see him with the knee brace out there on the floor, and Hewley hasn't played a whole lot this season, but he is active, it looks like, or at least warming up. But if you could get him going at some point, that would give them another guy that can play down low but can also spread the floor for you a little bit and has experience, and when he was healthy was one of the better players on this roster just a few years ago, Dylan.
He kind of was supposed to be the size last year, and at 6'6", 240, kind of feels small compared to some of the other guys they have now, at the very least. With the Parr brothers, as we mentioned, and Carson Poffenberger at 6'8". Brody Davis, even as a guard, stands at 6'5". So maybe that's part of it is, Coach Namlik doesn't feel like he really needs Hewley out there if he's still getting back into the groove of things. Only played 10 minutes in 2 of Shepherd's 7 games so far. So we'll see if we see a little bit more of him today, as we're a little bit further into the season. We're about a month into the season now compared to when they had their first game of the year. But either way, I think that this is going to be a big one for them. IUP, as usual, is a very good team.
Another question heading into today's game is, how does Shepherd defend IUP? Let's go ahead, though, and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll talk a little bit more about the Crimson Hawks and some of the challenges that they provide. This is Shepherd Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control 4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Orange, you glad this isn't another Black Friday commercial? It's Orange Saturday at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg. Get a juicy deal on a new 2024 Silverado 1500 available with 1.9% financing and up to $7,000 off MSRP. Or get a new 2025 Equinox with 0% financing. And even sweeter, 0% financing is also available on other select new Chevy models during the Red Tag sales event. Together, let's drive at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com. Owners just care more.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The Butcher Center on the campus of Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. We got about 3 minutes before tip-off between Shepherd and IUP on the men's side. Dylan, you look at this IUP team. You mentioned really the defense of Shepherd being their strength. On the IUP side, it's a pretty high-powered offense that they'll have to try to slow down, led by Christian Moore, who averages 21 points per game. Kamani Mararo as well at 13 points per game. Shepherd really doesn't have those kind of guys that have been able to put up those kind of points consistently, so it will be interesting to see if the Rams can hold them in check and keep this high-powered offense in check. And Dylan, as we look at it too, this is a team that certainly head coach Joe Lombardi goes all over the world to recruit his players as well to IUP.
All right, goes down and coaches quarterbacks with the Saints for 10 years. No, anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's IUP has a fantastic basketball program. They have for a long time. And you can see that with some of the guys that they have putting points up on the board. Christian Moore with over 21 points a game so far this year. That'll be the main obstacle for the Shepherd defense to deal with. Shepherd usually has some good perimeter defenders out there. And I think they're helped out a little bit this year by the fact that some of their offense rolls through the guys in the front court more so than usual, and that can help lighten the load on some of your perimeter defenders if they're not also your main guys on offense as well. But Kimani Mararo, Demir Brooks, both at 13, 11 points a game. Tyler Grove at 11 points a game. This team can score. 31% from three on the year is nothing crazy, but 44% from the field overall is pretty good. And they rebound the ball. They win the rebound battle so far this year. Just losing the turnover game just barely so far this year. And some of those are tough games against regional opponents, Glenville State and Charleston, that they opened up 0-2 against in their first two games of the year. Went to overtime with Tiffin, 3-point win against Ashland, and so far 2-0 in PSAC play. 10-point win against Lockhaven, 15-point win against Shippensburg. Those are two pretty good wins in the PSAC East, and they're going to try to add one on today.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see, can Shepherd make up the difference of the 74.5 points per game that IUP averages compared to the Rams' 65 points per game. But let's go ahead and take another minute and a half, 2-minute break. Let's make it a minute and a half. Since we already did the anthem, I don't think we'll do it again. So just give us some time to get the starters and all that stuff, and we'll come back and have the first half between Shepherd and IUP back in a minute 30.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcoming back here to the Butcher Center. Shepherd Rams taking on IUP. We hear the starting lineups. We'll go over them for you here as well. Starting for IUP will be #1, Kamani Moraro. It will also be number 11, but wearing number 23 tonight, Christian Moore. Number 12, Demir Brooks will start for IUP. It looks like another number change tonight. Tyler Grove is wearing number 21, I believe, instead of number 20. And then finally, rounding out the lineup is Sarp Furton, number 25. I'm sorry, Grove is wearing 20 and Furton is wearing 21. So a few different numbers for these black jerseys, black shorts for IUP. For Shepherd, it's Parr as well as Poffenberger, Robinson, both Parrs it looks like. I'm sorry, Brody Davis as well. So, and Banks.
I believe Michael Cooper started out the year as a starter, but Brody Davis has earned his way into the lineup.
Yeah, Davis, I believe, was injured last year, the former Morgantown Mohegan. Healthy this year, though. He redshirted last season. So here are the Rams in possession of the basketball. Banks dribbling the basketball up top against this tough IUP defense. And now find Robinson. Here's a wide open Poffenberger for 3. It's in and out, no good. And rebounded by IUP. As it's Brooks grabbing the board for the Crimson Hawks. Grove with the basketball. Now into the hands of Marrero. Drives in, kicks it out. Grove, an open 3, swish. That's good. First 3 points of the game go to Tyler Grove, and it's 3-0 IUP. Here's Robinson now on the right wing. Over to Parr. And Banks. Step back jumper from the mid-range is good.
And I think that's going to be a big key to the success of Shepherd is how much Marcus Banks can get going on offense. You got to have your point guard have some sort of scoring threat to be able to make your offense work at its highest power.
Yeah, he was a player that definitely showed some good flashes last year. Grove trying to attack against Poffenberger. Step back 2 is on the way and no good. Rebounded by Banks. Rams will push it the other way. Down low to Poffenberger, trying to post up. And he dribbles it off his leg, into the hands now of Furton. Furton running the floor, kicks it back into the hands of Marrero. Marrero drives in off his foot, but it was knocked away by the Rams. Actually, instead of off the foot, and it will stay with IUP.
Banks has been a little inefficient from the floor so far this year, 37.5% from the field. See if you can get that number up as the season goes on.
Moore's open jumper is off the mark, no good. Good rebound by Parr, and the Rams will push in transition now. Banks gets it into the lane. Pump fakes a few times, can't finish the layup, but he's fouled on his way up, and he'll shoot 2.
And that's part of it. Get yourself to the free throw line. So far this year, 65% only from the free throw line, but he does get there a solid bit. Second most free throw attempts on the team behind Chase Parr. 23 so far through 7 games. So he gets to the free throw line. Shoots about 3 free throws per game as he makes the first one. I think you'd like to see that number get up a little bit to maybe like 5 free throws per game. A little more aggressive going to the rim, draw some fouls.
Second free throw for Banks is off the back of the rim, no good, but Poffenberger grabs the offensive rebound, and then a Davis three goes straight through, and it's 6-3 Shepherd. Brody Davis again out of Morgantown, making a big shot there for the Rams. Pick and roll is unsuccessful on the pass.
That's why Brody Davis has made his way into the starting lineup. Mentioned in the pregame, 34% from the three-point line so far this year. 47 three-pointers. Make that his 48th free throw or three-point attempt on the year. So he shoots about 7 per game.
Rams only shoot about 30% as a team, but certainly looking to get that going. Maybe here tonight at the Butcher Center. Parr trying to find somebody, and he finds Robinson, who comes off of the Parr screen and now reverses it. Poffenberger drives baseline, trying to go to the post. Poffenberger's shot is up and no good. You know, he came in as more of a stretch four, Dylan, but like we said, with all the injuries they had last year, Carson Poffenberger had to develop a post game, and we've seen him try to go to it here tonight.
Yeah, he's still takes his fair share of threes, about 3 per game, but overall, 38% from the floor, only 27% from 3. So he's been working inside, and he gets himself to the free throw line. He can shoot there as well.
Another former Mohegan. So,
yeah,
not a bad school to establish a pipeline with if you're Shepherd.
I think there may have been 1 year of crossover between him and Brody Davis, Poffenberger being a senior, or Davis being a redshirt freshman. And Poffenberger, 16 for 16 from the free throw line this year now after those two.
Both free throws good. 8-3 Shepherd. Just over 17 minutes left in this first half. And up top, here it's Grove. Down low now, working into the hands of Brooks. Brooks with a tough shot on the way, over Parr. It's no good. But Grove grabs the rebound.
Yeah, it was just tough to time that one rolling off the rim. Good defense by Parr.
Parr definitely a big body to add to this Rams team that hasn't had somebody like him in a long time. As going to the rim is Dillard, who gets fouled, but Shepherd typically doesn't have that kind of height, so to pick that up, I think, will be crucial for the Rams throughout the season.
Absolutely. I think the closest thing they probably had to a guy like him in the last handful of years is Kyle Daggett, maybe.
Yes.
But even that's, I think that's a little. He wasn't 6'10", 255 pounds.
No. He played bigger than his height, but I think he's like 6'8". But he definitely played big for the Rams. But yeah, Parr just, he's a true 6'10" and a true 255 too. He's built
Absolutely.
pretty big.
He towers over everybody out there.
Yeah. 8-5 our score here. Banks trying to get something going. Here's Robinson with the left-handed dribble. 10 on the shot clock. He attacks the rim. Poffenberger, a three-pointer on the way. Again, in and out and no good. And another rebound for Brooks, who's been good on the glass all year. Averages about 8 rebounds a game. But Moore loses control of it. Robinson picks it up. Here's Parr in transition with an easy two-handed jam.
Look at the big man run the floor.
Yeah, and Shepherd holds a 10-5 lead here in the first half.
And turn defense into offense. That's what the great teams do.
And what Shepherd's capable of. One of the best defenses in the PSAC year in and year out, no matter where the offensive consistency is for the Rams. Moore over to Brooks. Brooks attacks the rim. Spin move in the lane over Poffenberger is good. 10-7.
Yeah, Brooks 11 points on the year so far, shooting 58% from the floor. Tough matchup against Parr, but they were able to get him on Poffenberger that time.
Here's Banks now on the right wing, down low. Parr was open for a second, but a good play on the defensive end from Brooks to take it away. Marrero into the lane, kicks it out, and now they'll reset. 10-7 Shepherd. Marrero drives in, Pass is tipped by Poffenberger and heads out of bounds. And we have the under 16 media timeout. Our score, Shepherd 10. IUP 7. This is Shepherd Rams men's basketball on WRNR TV on YouTube as well as TV 10.
Are you tired of all of the Black Friday commercials? So are we. At CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg, we have Orange Saturday with juicy deals all month long. Right now, lease a new 2024 Tacoma for only $229 a month for 39 months. Or buy and get 3.99% financing. Or check out a new 2025 Camry and get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Visit us online at cmastoyotaofmartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Talia Tompkins, our camera person, and Dylan Bishop back in the studio.
I'm here and I'm there.
I'm sorry, Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. You know, Dylan, you would be the one that would be capable of being two places at once.
One of these days I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet on it. But Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Apologies to Colin. You know, all these Berkeley Springs guys, they're all the same, you know?
So they keep telling us.
But 10-7 our score here, Dylan. Definitely seen some good things on really both sides, but Shepherd's defense will be the key tonight. Like we said, if they can keep it within their normal range of about 60 to 70, they'll have a chance probably to pull one off here tonight.
Yep, that's their game. They're not one to usually win a shootout in a high like 80s, 90s, or triple digits. But
Wordlaw has checked in for Shepherd here at 10-7. And a step-back jumper from Moore is no good, but can't keep him off the offensive glass with Brooks. Brooks' pass, though, goes out of bounds. And Shepherd will get the basketball. Trying to kick it out there to Furden.
So we'll get Michael Cooper checking in for the first time. Brody Davis getting a rest.
Yeah, Shepherd also brings Cole Parr on, the
Yep.
6'9" transfer from Towson.
Yep, younger brother of Chase, sophomore to Chase's being a graduate student.
Parr finds Wordlaw over to Cooper. Now, nice pass to the corner for Banks is open for three, but it's no good, and now IUP looks to run.
I do like seeing a pass like that from Parr when he gets double teamed. He saw it coming quick.
Dribbling up top now is Pickens. Back to Pickens off the screen. He'll attack the rim, kick it out. Three-pointer on the way from Grove is no good, and Chase Parr grabs the rebound. Wardlaw now trying to run, finding Cooper in the corner for three, and that's in and out, no good, and rebounded by Brooks.
And they got away with it, but IUP's got to cover that a little better. It was 5-on-4 in their advantage as Parr took longer to get up the court.
10-7 still the score here. 13:27 to go in this first half, and here's an open three on the way. No good for Moore. Moore again coming in, averaging 21 points per game. He's been off so far tonight. Chase Parr, top of the key. Finds Banks. Not going to shoot it from out there. Only 1 for 4 is Parr on the year. Wardlaw over to the other Parr, and his three-pointer's on the way, no good.
Shepherd just missed some open threes so
Cole
far.
more likely to fire the trigger, 5 of 13 on the season from downtown. Here's an open three on the way from IUP's Grove, and Grove sinks it. And we're tied at 10. Cooper open on the other end will slow things down. Rams looking to get into their offense, and with a whistle.
The scoreboard did turn off for a few seconds on about a possession ago. I actually don't know if the clock has run since it turned back on.
That very well could be the case.
If you're watching on TV 10, we do have the scoreboard cam in the corner here. That you'll be able to tell that for sure if you've been paying attention down there.
I feel like I said 13:05 maybe a little while ago, and it's still 13:05. So
they are running the clock now. I don't know how much they're going to run it. They ran it 5 seconds. I don't know.
I don't know how long it was, but 5 seconds sounds fine with me. Sound good to you, Dylan?
Sure, why not?
Rams make a few subs. Aiden Hewley coming on. That's good to see, like we talked about. You know, he hasn't played a whole lot of significant minutes so far this year, coming off the big injury, but you hope he can start to play a role because, 2 years ago when he was playing for this team, he was very good and one of their best up-and-coming players, but then he had the injury last year, and that kind of slowed him down. So if he can play a role throughout the season, it gives them more depth, too, in the front court.
Absolutely.
Robinson over to Parr, and now it's Wardlaw up top. Off the Hewley screen. Hewley, open three on the way, is good! He provides that as well, an ability to shoot from the outside, and Aiden Hewley knocks down the triple. It's 13-10 Rams, 12:38 to go in the first half.
That's something he was able to add to his game last time we saw him.
Someone up top, Grove on the other end. Grove steps inside the three-point arc and misses the open jumper. Robinson grabs the rebound. Wardlaw looking to run, the freshman from Frederick, Maryland. Over to Cooper. Cooper over to Parr. Now back to Wardlaw. Open three on the way is good.
And if Shepherd can hit their threes, they are a hard team to beat. It's just that they don't really get a ton of that consistently from a lot of players.
Yeah, but so far tonight, shooting well on these last few possessions. Pickens attacks the rim, kicks it out. Furton drives into the rim, and it's no good. Hewley grabs the rebound. Wardlaw now dribbling with the left hand on the attack. Robinson down low to Parr. Another whistle. Scoreboard going off again. So some issues here inside the Butcher Center, which are also kind of delaying the flow of the Shepherd offense. And now
the
teams
media timeout.
Yeah, they're going to do the media timeout here. So let's take a 30-second break. 16-10 our score. This is Shepherd Rams men's basketball on WRNR TV on YouTube and TV 10.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
We welcome you back here to the Butcher Center, Shepherd University, men's basketball action. It's Rams 16, Crimson Hawks 10 here at Shepherd taking on IUP. Dylan, Shepherd hitting some threes. They've hit so many that the scoreboard can't handle it, I guess, inside the Butcher Center.
Maybe that is it. I don't know. They missed some open ones early. I think Poffenberger and then Cooper missed a couple, but it's good to see them have some of those fall. And I think that's the difference so far because overall the Shepherd defense has stepped up and done their part. IUP's made 2 threes, but they've only had one make in the paint so far. I think from 2-point range, IUP is 1 of 6. They're 2 of 5 from 3, whereas Shepherd on the other side shooting 50%, 3 of 7 from downtown. Winning the rebound battle so far, and the free throw battle, 3 of 4 to IUP's 2 of 2. So I'd say it's a pretty good start so far, pretty promising. You do have Chase Parr on the bench now, but that's been the case for a minute or two, and then they've gotten out to this lead here. The 3 from Hewley and then 1 more from Wardlaw.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, IUP, while they do have some good size, they don't really use it a ton, and their big guys kind of a little bit undersized, but they play well athletically. Is Hewley trying to go to work in the paint. Robinson drives baseline, finds Parr, and Parr's layup no good, but he follows it, gets his own rebound again, and now draws a jump ball, which will be possession arrow to the Crimson Hawks. That's a tough miss there from
Parr.
Cole Parr.
He's got to finish that. He's been pretty good so far this year, shooting 53%. It only takes, he's taken 47 shots on the year. It takes about 6 or 7, I should say 7 or 8 per game.
Up top here, it's Marrero dribbling with the left hand for IUP. He attacks into the lane, gets the tough contested layup to go, make it a 16-12 ball game.
He's dangerous. That's a lot of quickness for Wardlaw to have to deal with.
Yeah, Wardlaw definitely quick, but only a freshman. Open three on the way from Cole Parr is no good. And there's a rebound for IUP as it's Moore. Moore coming off the screen. Scoreboard goes out again, but only the side scoreboards, the main scoreboard has stayed on, but now they have to restart the clock after it powers off. They haven't done that, so 10:47 is still stuck on the clock. I wonder here, Dylan, at some point, do we just go to the officials possibly keeping the time themselves? I don't know if they necessarily all have some sort of way of doing that. But this has been a weird issue. We haven't ever really experienced that here inside the Butcher Center, but it's delayed this first half, and it was way more than 2 seconds. Probably about
definitely
5 to 15, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say 15 sounds a little closer. Wouldn't doubt if it's a little more than that. But you see Coach Namalik trying to help out over there.
Well, now they're just resetting everything, it looks like. The classic. Turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah.
Worked for us still.
True.
With our internet issue.
True.
Put it in rice.
I was about to say you would need a lot of rice.
You would.
Yeah.
More than we probably have here on campus, at least.
You never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gather some up. Go to Riverside, Ramsden. See how much rice they got. How much rice they have to spare? That's the problem. That would be the problem. Say no, we need it to feed people. But
I mean, this is just completely ruining the flow of the game.
They're taking the timeout now to fix it.
Yeah, so.
Well, it keeps coming back off and on. So
I mean, in football sometimes, like I said, like they'll run like the clock on the field. I don't know if they can do that.
I don't know if
I've seen it happen like in basketball tournaments back when I was playing as a kid, but I don't know if any of them have a stopwatch on them or are willing to do that. Or
I guess that would be the thing. Do they have the means to keep their own time?
You would think so, but I don't know. I don't know what the PSAC officials are required. We got any clocks just like one of those portable?
Oh, I know. Like an intramural
like something
type scoreboard there. I know they do intramural basketball here every year, at least one 3-on-3 tournament that keeps time in that manner. You could see if I don't know if there's one of the fraternities that does that.
They gotta have something laying around.
Somebody call up whoever does this. That Teak, Theta Xi, whoever you got to call up. Get the intramural scoreboard out.
Well, at least it seems like the time's a little bit more accurate of 10:29. That's 16:12. But now we just await to see when they start things back up, I guess. I mean, obviously it's made this first half kind of drag along a little bit. Other than that, though, it's been kind of a quick-moving first half. Pretty good back and forth between these two teams in terms of getting up and down the floor, but just every few moments it feels like we get a stoppage here. So, no, there it goes again. Right when we thought it was about to get started again, it goes out again. So I don't know what the issue could be. But this is not something we've ever really experienced, or at least for this long at the Butcher Center, so it's a little bit strange to see.
Right. So I don't know.
Is there a way to just run the thing here in the middle? I wonder. I mean, I know that wouldn't be beneficial for the teams, but I feel like you need a scoreboard that you can see on your way down the court. But that one has not gone out. It's just been the side ones. I guess
it's working. It is currently on. So.
Well, keep an eye on it.
I guess they're gonna just
roll with it for now. I guess.
See if it keeps working.
Jumbotron was the word I was looking for. That has not gone out, but everything else has. So I don't know if you can do that. Hewley, though, has it for the Rams. Wardlaw with the basketball, dribbles over to Cooper. Cooper back to Hewley. Wardlaw off the screen, drives into the lane, kicks it out. Parr, extra pass, Cooper, corner three. Scoreboard's out, and the three is good for the Rams. Makes it 19-12.
Maybe you were right the first time, Nick. Maybe there's too many threes for the scoreboard to handle.
That was as the three-pointer was going up the scoreboard. I know. They got to have another option.
You would think, but you
it
never
is
know.
Division II, though.
You never know. Yeah, that's the thing.
They do have limited resources.
Seeing some of the women's team make their way.
It worked perfectly for the women's game.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of them make their way into the gym with some Zool's frozen lemonade.
Yeah, they played well today.
Yeah, so they earned it after their hard-fought game. Just barely weren't able to come out with the victory.
But I think there's a good chance they're going to be a improved team from last year. I mean, won 6 games a year ago. I think that they can take it to the next level here possibly. But it is 19-12. If and when the game is able to continue at this point. I mean, obviously it's going to be played, but they have just, you see them down there trying all these different power chords.
Sending the teams back to their benches. So, well, maybe we should
let's take a
break.
30-second break or so and see if there is some sort of solution to the problem. We're back in 30 seconds.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices, with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
All right, we're back here at the Butcher Center. The clock, they're rolling it right now. They started it at 10:15. I think this is just a good test run.
I think so.
We've been going strong here for 30 seconds almost, Dylan. So I feel pretty good about it. I hope.
They got the horn working. They got the shot clock to roll down to 0. No malfunctions yet.
They put some points on the board. It worked as well.
Okay. I say we keep those points for Shepherd up on the board. They added 2 for IUP as well.
What if they just played it from here? They're like, this is about what you guys would have done. This is taking too long. We got to get back to Indiana.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They're just roll it up, where it is. Let that run. You think, what do you guys think? That's about what you would have done. Make up for this lost time. Yeah.
No, of course they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But it will be 19-12 with probably about 10-12 or so left in the first half, and maybe they'll just go back to the 10-15, I guess, because it was only out for about a second or two after that three-pointer from Cooper. But here we go. Hopefully everything stays strong for now.
That went pretty smoothly.
That seemed
their test of it.
That seemed good, yes. But here we go. Moore gets the basketball off the inbound. They'll bring it across the timeline for the Crimson Hawks. Now back to Moore. Open three, and there's an illegal screen called against IUP. So the foul goes on the Crimson Hawks, and the Rams get it back. Surprisingly, with all this extra time, Shepherd didn't make a sub or anything. They just kept this unit out here. I guess they want to see these guys, too. I mean, that's part of it at this point of the year.
And turned it over.
Yeah, they do turn it over. And they played pretty well, but you just would think maybe you'd get some of your starters back in since they've been definitely well rested here. But also you probably want to see this second unit, especially guys like Aiden Hewley, who's coming off an injury, and what they can do against pretty much a mixture of the first unit for IUP. We still, like we said earlier, gotten into the divisional games yet, and Moore so far locked down on the defensive end by the Rams. Woodlaw in transition, dribbles in with the left hand, kicks it over to Robinson, thought about the three, and now he'll reset the offense. 20 on the shot clock. 9:35 to go in this first half. Aiden Hewley finds Cooper. Woodlaw. Hewley. 5 on the shot clock, so Woodlaw has to throw up a three-pointer. It's no good. But a good job by Cole Parr on the offensive glass to stay with the play and finish the layup. And the Rams have it now 21-12. We're about where we would have been if they would have rolled from 9:38, Dylan.
Right, yeah.
You said keep those 2 points on the board for Shepherd. Woodlaw with the pump fake. Into the lane. An easy layup on the other end for Brooks.
Yeah, I think that's a hard matchup for Hewley to deal with.
Yeah, I think they're going to bring on here Parr to give him the defense. But Aiden Hewley did knock down a three during that stretch. The question will be, how can he move laterally, especially in the defensive end?
And you just kind of saw that Brooks was able to kind of blow by him.
Yeah, and anytime you're coming off of that major knee injury, it's going to take a bit before you're 100% back to where you once were. Parr with the basketball here. He finds Chase Parr, who faces up and now goes into the block and attacks in the post. Nice shot, but his shot is no good, and it's rebounded by Marrero for the Crimson Hawks.
It's good defense by Brooks.
Banks D'ing up. He takes it away from Marrero. Banks now on the fast break, looking to run the floor. Goes all the way to the rim. Is blocked by Grove. Moore now in transition. IUP runs the floor. Extra pass. Marrero, corner three off the side of the rim and no good. Parr grabs the rebound for the Rams. See if Shepherd slows it back down here. 21-14, under 8 to go in this first half. Parr, open three on the way. Short. He's 1 for 5 on the year now. Moore looking to run the floor. Moore into the lane, pulls up over Banks, and that shot's good. Christian Moore, as we said, comes in averaging 21 a game. I believe that's his first 2 points here of the night.
You see Shepherd slow it down here. I think the faster this pace goes, the more it favors IUP.
For sure, yeah. Rams definitely usually a slower moving team to get into their offensive sets. Banks picking delayed roll from Parr, and his shot is up and good from Cole Parr, make it 23-16.
And he's recovered nicely after kind of coming up short on his first easy attempt in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're able to get 2 guys from the Towson program, which at one point was, I remember as a kid them being very bad at one point, but recently has actually been very good. So those are 2 good signings for Shepherd. Division I quality players, and now we have the under 8 media timeout after the Brooks foul. We'll take a 30-second break. Shepherd 23, IUP 16. We're back in 30.
So what?
So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free.
Use the promo code to get the first month free.
Butcher Center, 23-16 our score, 6:55 to go in this first half. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. And Dylan, Shepherd again, continues to keep pace, and really it's been all about their defense here so far, as we expected.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of containing the IUP offense. They haven't really allowed their top guys to get going really too much so far. And just 16 points here, a good bit more than halfway through the first half. They've gotten 6 points from Brooks and Grove, but they've contained Christian Moore, averaging 21 points a game so far this year. He's only got 2 on 2 shot attempts even.
(23-16), 6:54 to go in the first half, and Banks finds Parr. Cole Parr, that is, over to Chase. High post. Now Banks nearly falls down. Wide open Parr, extra pass to Cole Parr on the lob, and he lays it up and in, 25-16.
That was a great job. Seeing that double team, Banks did the right thing, back it up, try to find the open man. A great pass by Chase Parr, who showed some nice passing ability.
And now he gets a block on a jumper, nearly gets it from Moore, tries to recover, but ends up just coming up short. As coming up with the dunk there was Brooks.
He got his hand on it, but it was strong hands from Brooks.
Yeah. Great effort, though, from Parr on both ends for the Ramps. Here's Robinson off the screen. Now finds Parr. This is Cole Parr going into the hook shot. That shot is no good. A little bit frustrated with it as Grove grabs the rebound. IUP back the other way here at 25-18. 5:45 to go in this first half. Here's Brooks. Over to Moraro. Bounce pass to Brooks down low. Banks ties it up, and he goes to the ground, and see if they call a foul or a travel, and they call a travel.
Figured if it wasn't a jump ball, it's got to be a travel.
Yeah. So Shepherd gets the ball back here with 5.5 minutes left in this first half. Banks nearly kind of traveled it there. It almost looked like he had it over by his hip, but no call. Parr back to Banks. Off the Chase Parr screen. Pick and roll. Banks drives in. Extra pass. Davis open 3, and that's good. Brody Davis knocks down the 3. His second three-pointer of the game, and it's 28-18. Shepherd's up by 10.
I'm really excited at what Brody Davis could be for this team. Not just this year, but in the future.
Yeah, overall it's a talented and relatively young Shepherd team. They do have Poffenberger and Godot as the seniors, as well as Gerard Robinson, but there's a solid future, and of course Chase Parr as well, and Derek Smith, but a lot will be back next year is the point, if they're able to maintain this group, of course. With Grove grabs the shot, or shot from Grove is no good. Parr grabs the rebound. Here's Chase Parr trying to hit a cutting Davis, but overshot him and out of bounds. And IUP gets it back here, 28-18.
Yeah, I think they just weren't quite on the same page there.
Guerrero over to Brooks. Drive to the basket. Great block by Parr, but he stepped out of bounds, according to the official. Yeah, big man moves well for 6'10", 255.
You know, relative to the Division II level, he gives, where the players are a little smaller than Division I. He gives you a little bit of that Donovan Clingan vibe.
Yeah, I can see it.
UConn Huskies, now with the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, definitely some similarities. Good rim protection, good rebounder, can score when called upon. And good defense here from Shepherd as Davis nearly gets the takeaway. Here's Groves, contested three from Colpar, might have got a piece of it. Davis grabs the rebound. He can dribble. He finds Banks. And the point guard tries to go to work. Colpar catches it in the low post. Parr, fadeaway jumper is good. 30-18, Shepherd pulling away here in this first half with 3.5 minutes left.
Cole has been impressive. He's only a sophomore. This is the only year of Chase Parr, but we'll be able to hopefully see 2 more years of Chase Parr after this.
Guerrero with the basketball, works it over to Furden. Furden goes in the lane. Nice bounce pass underneath to Brooks, who throws one down. And it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, he was able to split the double team, and then at that point, the numbers were on IUP's side.
Chase Parr catches at the elbow. Hands it off to Banks. Extra pass. Davis thought about the three. Now pulls it down. Open three for Marcus Banks from the top. And the key is good. Banks extends the Rams' lead out to 13 with 2:40 left here in this first half.
This is a very impressive half from Shepherd.
Here's Brooks on the wing. Over to Moore. Big key for Shepherd as Moore's been off as he misses that floater in the lane. So give credit to this Rams defense, and then they've done enough here on the offensive end and starting to heat up from three. Underneath Chase Parr, left-handed layup up and good. Good pass from Cole. Parr to Parr is the ultimate connection for Shepherd. We got a timeout at 35-20 Rams. We're back at 30.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
5, IUP 20. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Talia Tompkins on camera, and Kyle McLaughlin back in the studio. Dylan, it's a nice 15-point lead for Shepherd, and it's been the Parr brothers really elevating this team in this first half.
Yeah, 12 points between them. It's actually been Cole Parr with 8 of those points, even though Chase Parr is the leading scorer on this team. He's got himself, Chase has 5 rebounds as well. Chase with 3 assists. They have been fantastic so far. Shepherd is shooting, I'd say, probably uncharacteristically well from 3. They are at 42%. Almost 43%, 6 of 14. But it's a lot of open threes.
Yeah.
I think teams kind of play that game against Shepherd is we're gonna make you prove that you can hit your threes. And so far in this half, Shepherd has.
I will say that the shooting, in terms of the percentages for Shepherd throughout the season, is there's a nice drive from Marrero, and he draws the contact and makes the basket, 35-22. A lot of the shooting, I would say, for Shepherd so far this season, under what you would have expected. I think there's better shooters on this team.
I think you're right.
Than the 30% that they've been shooting on the year.
Yeah, like you've only been getting 28% out of Robinson, 27% of Poffenberger. I'd go along with that.
Pass to Parr, finds him. Robinson head fakes, drives into the lane, kicks it out. Wardlaw lost control of it and heads out of bounds. It will be IUP basketball. So big turning point, though, here before halftime. 1:38 left. Shepherd has a 35-23 lead. Can they hold on to their double-digit lead, or can IUP make it a closer ball game here at the half? Christian Moore has it, dribbling in the Ram logo. Over to Marrero. Moore. Step back, mid-range J is good. It's a good open look for a guy that's not been on his A game so far tonight, but if he gets going, all of a sudden IUP is right back in the ball game. Robinson over to Banks. Wardlaw. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Cole Pard over to Banks. And an illegal screen called against Shepherd. Or an offensive foul of some sort.
Really, as great as Shepherd has been in this half, you can really squander a lot of that momentum if you let IUP have a strong run to end the half.
Well, Cooper will check back in. That is the first personal foul on Chase Parr, so that's good. The big man hasn't been in foul trouble. Here's Grove. Back to Brooks. Now Moore. Moore gets behind Robinson. Pulls up. Wide open jumper is good again. Not a hand in the face there.
I think IUP has finally found some room for Moore to get going. Some ways to get him up on the board.
Here's Cooper. 31 seconds to go before the half. Over to Banks. Banks drives baseline. Robinson into the lane, over to Cooper, open three. He got tackled, and he'll shoot three.
Later whistle than I would have imagined.
Yeah.
A play like that, but it works out. Cooper, so far on the year, 6 of 10 from the free throw line at 60%.
Well, we'll see if he can up that percentage and up the Rams' lead back at the double digits before halftime. It's 35-27. And Cooper's free throw is good.
All right, you're happy if you come away with at least 2 of these free throws, but obviously they are free points. Hope you make all 3.
Second one, good as well. So it's a 10-point lead for the Rams now after Michael Cooper knocks down the first 2 free throws. And the third is good as well. Nice. So 38-27. You wonder there if you're IUP. I mean, Cooper on the season has shot just 4 of 15 from downtown entering today's game, so you probably would have been better off just letting him shoot it. But Grove an open 3 here. It's no good. Parr grabs the rebound. Banks will have to launch before the buzzer, and it's an air ball. But at the half, the Rams hold a double-digit lead at 38-27. We'll take a 3-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have our halftime show. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 3 minutes.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Take the stress out of updating and maintaining your home or business with RAI Properties. Serving the community for over 20 years, we specialize in fences, decks, landscaping, and property management. We also provide painting, flooring, vent cleaning, and renovation services. Our friendly, licensed professionals go above and beyond to get the job done right for you. For local service and trusted expertise for your next project, call RAI Properties today.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days. The injury that prevented stardom. Or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
We welcome you back here to the Butcher Center. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. 38-27 our score here at the half. Dylan, just your thoughts on that first half.
I think the Shepherd defense has played really well. I think IUP at the end of the half started to find some ways to get things going a little bit. Christian Moore didn't have any points until the very end of the half. There, 2 of 6 shooting. He only had 2 field goal attempts, with only, 5 minutes left in the half. So they've done a good job of, trying to force the ball either into the hands of the role players for IUP or forcing the ball inside, where Chase Parr has the chance to really affect the shot of some guys or get a hand on it. Although I will say that Demir Brooks is playing well through that. 4 or 5 from the field, 10 points. He leads the way for them. And Marrero is doing a pretty solid job for them, 3 or 4 from the field. Outside of that, they got 6 points from Grove and 4 points from Moore. It's been a very good defensive performance for Shepherd. IUP does have their field goal percentage up to 40.7% at the end of the half, which is a lot better than the 20-something percent that they were at late in the half. So they got things going. Still, not great from 3, only 2 of 7. But overall, Shepherd is doing really well. 54% on offense that they're shooting. I think there is a chance that IUP could figure some stuff out on the defensive end and slow that down for Shepherd and get themselves back into the game. So overall, I think that was a very good half for Shepherd in terms of performance and their play and the result. It is possible that IUP can come out here and have a better second half and tighten this up to where we kind of come down to the wire. I'd be a little surprised if that didn't happen.
Yeah, me too. I think IUP a better team than how they played in that first half. If they can get Christian Moore going, who, like you said, had just 4 points at halftime, you definitely have a chance to get it going. He averages 20, or get back into it and make it a close game, I should say. He averages 21 points per game heading into tonight, so you just expect more out of him. But for the Shepherd side, I think another key, Dylan, has been the balance that we've seen. Chase Parr with 4 points, 6 from Banks, 6 from Davis, 6 from Cooper, 8 from Cole Parr. So a lot of different guys scoring just in general, but also just tremendous balance for the Rams here at halftime. On the IUP side of things, you mentioned a lot of the scoring there, but just go over here real quick. Brooks with 10, 6 from Grove, 7 from Marrero, and 4 from Moore. They're not getting as many guys involved in the offense as Shepherd has, so sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Tonight, though, it's proven to be a good thing for the Rams. It'll be interesting to see if they can continue to shoot the ball as well as they did in that first half. Any other thoughts, Dylan, before we send it back to Colin in the studio? A scoreboard update?
I'm not used to seeing Shepherd have the size advantage against a team like an IUP, where their tallest player that they put through the rotation is 6'7", 6'6", and Tyler Groves is 6'7", 205 freshman, and Demir Brooks is 6'6", 215, going up against Chase Parr in the middle at 6'10", 255. Now, as good as he's done on offense, being able to score against him, that's just it's hard to consistently score in the paint against that kind of size. So I'm not used to seeing that for Shepherd, and it's really, you can see it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, just to give you the full, Parr lines here in this first half. Chase Parr, 4 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and a block. And then Cole Parr has also done very well. 4 of 8 shooting, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists for him. So those two have been very positive additions to the team all season, but especially tonight in PSAC play. So let's take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from Colin back in the studio. We got about 7 minutes to go for the start of the second half. It's 38-27, Shepherd.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle dumpsters have.
Drew, hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
Welcome into the Halftime Scoreboard Show on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. At the half, it's the Shepherd Rams leading the IUP Crimson Hawks 38-27. Let's now take a look at some scores from around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, and we'll begin with Pitt Johnstown leading Shippensburg at the half 42-40. Also at halftime, it is Cal U 37 and Westchester 31. Currently in the second half, Gannon leads Mansfield 69-34. At halftime, it's Clarion 34, Lockhaven 32. Seton Hill leads Millersville 32-28 at the half. Also at halftime, Slippery Rock 42, Kutztown 28 is the score as that second half between Slippery Rock and Kutztown just getting underway as well. Again, our score at the half, it is Shepherd 38, IUP 27. So we'll step aside, take another 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we'll send it back to the Butcher Center with Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini's call for the second half. You're tuned in to Shepherd Rams men's basketball on TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
We welcome you back here to Shepherd University. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop here. Getting ready to begin this second half between the Rams of Shepherd and the Crimson Hawks of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Here live from the Butcher Center. 38-27 our score here at halftime. Dylan, just some things maybe you think each team could do a little bit better in the second half.
We kind of talked about it already, and they did a solid job at the end of the first half, but I'd say IUP needs to find their ways to get Christian more open, get him some good shots up on the board. And I think they got to try to get out on three-point shooters a little more. It seems like Shepherd has been able to hit those shots a little better than they have so far this year, and I think these are players that can knock down those shots. It's not really a case of, we can give up some open threes. I don't know if Shepherd is that kind of team this year. But I think, it might be better than giving up the paint to a guy like Chase Parr, but you still got to, tighten up those rotations, get out on those guys. As for Shepherd, there's not a whole lot they can do better. I think maybe find a little bit more of that mid-range, off the dribble game for a guy like Marcus Banks. Get Brody Davis some more open looks since he knocked down 2 threes in that first half.
And a huge key will be, can Shepherd close, which at times throughout the years we've seen a lot of good games and good performances, but not always those games winning in wins because they don't close down the stretch. So
it's right over there.
38-27 here after the turnover, and IUP has the basketball. Moore trying to get open against Banks. He gets into the lane. It's tough fadeaway is no good. A lot of bodies on the floor, but the Rams come away with it. Here's Davis in transition. Slows it down, and the Rams will reset their offense. Up top, Parr. Bounce pass to Robinson, who gets double teamed, and now back over to Poffenberger. 19 minutes left. As the second half just started, Parr having to throw up a wild shot there before the shot clock violation, as Shepherd just kind of milked away the 28 of the 30 seconds there.
Yeah. Need to actually get some offense going.
Drive into the lane, good defense from Poffenberger, and Banks comes away with the basketball. Rams in some transition offense. Banks goes coast to coast and lays it up and in. Shepherd
like
back
that.
up 13.
Like to see Banks get aggressive, get to the rim.
Screen coming. Handoff for Moore. Gets a good screen from Brooks. Moore gets Robinson up in the air and now nearly throws it away. Here's Furton into the lane. His shot is no good. Parr with a good box out, but Brooks wins the hustle play and gets the rebound. Here's Grove now on the attack against Poffenberger, and Grove powers his way up and gets the layup to go, 40-29. Banks to Robinson. Here's Parr. Banks now, step back Jay is good. Marcus Banks can consistently hit some jumpers and get to the rim and use all of his many different abilities that we saw as a freshman. Shepherd could take another step here, Dylan.
They could. I need to see his playmaking improve a little bit. He's under 4 assists a game. If he can get that up a little bit, use that pick and roll game, throw some lobs up there to pitch to Chase Parr.
There's an open 3 on the way for Banks, just off the back iron. Rebound by IUP, and they're looking at a run now. Good defense by Poffenberger again. Open 3 from the corner for Grove is no good, but tipped out. Open 3 on the way there is good from Marrero. He just kept sticking with the play and eventually knocks down a 3. 32 points now for IUP at 42-32. Shepherd still in the lead.
IUP winning the hustle plays so far in the second half. They're going to need to.
Here's Davis over to an open Poffenberger. 3 on the way. No good again. A lot of his threes have been right on line, but just haven't fallen here tonight.
Able to get the rebound, though.
Yep, Robinson secures it. Now over to Banks. Banks' scoop shot is up and good. Another nice drive to the rim for Banks. 44-32, and Shepherd yelling out about needing to box out and get these rebounds. You can't allow a good team like IUP, or really any team, too many second chance opportunities. Moore, tough jumper is good.
IUP's playing really well. Shepherd's got to keep this offense up.
And you see why Moore averages 21 a game. Nice backdoor cut for Robinson with the two-handed jam.
The pass by Parr. Bounce pass, the backdoor cut, back screen by Carson Poffenberger.
Shepherd by 12 here at 46-34, 15:25 to go in the contest. Brooks drives in, swings it over to Grove. Contested J on the way is no good. And Banks grabs the rebound. Rams will push it, but now slow it down here. Davis with a nice head fake. He'll go baseline. Up and under move is no good, and a foul called, a delayed whistle. But I think the correct call, as Davis was attacking the basket. And we got the under 16 media timeout with 15:06 to go in this ball game. It's Shepherd by 12 at 46-34. We're back at 30.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control 4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music. or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop here back at the Butcher Center at 46-34. Rams leading. 15:06 to go in this contest, and Dylan Shepherd's offense continues to execute here to keep pace with a good, IUP offense to start this second half as well.
Yeah, the Crimson Hawks, they're starting to find a little bit of a rhythm on offense. So Shepherd's either got to clamp down on that or find a way to keep the momentum going on offense, which so far so good.
Yeah. Rams lead it by 12 here. And heading to the line is Davis, who was fouled right before the under-16 media timeout.
Brody Davis at the line for Shepherd.
Brody Davis has done some good things here tonight. Redshirt freshman, averages 10 points a game. Shot 80% at the line heading into the night at 8 for 10. But the free throw there is no good. Off the front of the rim, a little bit short.
And for someone who shoots as well as he does generally, I think he needs to be able to get to the free throw line a little more than just over once per game.
Yeah, it's tough when you're a jump shooter.
Yeah.
But he does have the height and size to be a guy that could get to the rim possibly a bit more effectively. Here's a three-pointer on the way. No good. Fight for the rebound. Banks comes away with it. Rams run the floor. Banks Euro steps his way into the lane. Shot is good, and the foul. I was expecting a charge, honestly, but
I think the block was the right call, but I was also kind of expecting
the shot to be called a basket at least.
I was kind of expecting a charge, thinking it would be the wrong call. That's kind of what I was getting at there. Great finish.
Yeah,
by
excellent
Banks.
finish by Banks, and he'll head to the line, shoot one. And the and one is good. Banks is really coming on here in this game, and especially in this second half. And Shepherd's up 50-34.
Yeah.
Didn't really see that one coming. See if they can continue to pull away here in this second half. Brooks up top. Handoff. There's a shot there from Pickens. Down low, they'll go to work. Kick it out to Pickens now. That's Triggs down low. Shot is way off. But again, a rebound, but only 2 on the shot clock. That looked like a travel.
Yeah,
but
it sure did.
I don't know how he got the shot up. And again, another offensive rebound. Brooks is blocked. Another board, and eventually Chase Parr grabs the board for the Rams. Cole Parr getting ready to check in as Shepherd tries to get its size back out there. Parr catches high post. Down low, Poffenberger being grabbed all the way by Moore. And that's another foul here against IUP, who already is at 3 team fouls as well here in the second half. So Shepherd can keep getting those up. They can get to 1-1 relatively quickly.
Yeah, IUP's got a lot to handle on offense. This is a pretty well-rounded offense. It's, a lot as great as McLean Corley and Philip Jordan were last year. A lot of the offense ran through them.
Yeah, it's a little bit more balanced this year. It's just, can they get into a consistent rhythm? Here's Cole Parr down low. Just keeps fighting and finishing. 2 defenders there pretty much the whole time, and Parr didn't care. He still got the basket, 52-34.
Great entry pass by his brother. I think Chase Parr might be the best passer on this team.
Kind of crazy to think, but yeah, he's definitely looks really good out there tonight. It's just kind of how the game has evolved over the years. Guys like Jokic. Parr's no Jokic, but he's a pretty good passer for a big man.
Yeah.
Who is Jokic, though?
Right. And the other thing with Jokic is, yes, the three-pointer that you have to account for.
Parr came in
to respect, I should say,
with 11 assists on the year. which is
Carrying at the line.
tied for 4th on the team. But it's tough usually for more of a post center to get a ton of assists. But, yeah, you definitely see a lot of good passes, even if they're not necessarily assists from Parr.
Yeah, and I think if Marcus Banks can unlock a little bit of that in his game, he's only a sophomore. I am impressed by the way that he's able to run the offense as a sophomore. But if he can add a little bit more playmaking to his game, I think he gets maybe a little bit of tunnel vision when he's driving in there. I think if he were to play with his eyes up a little more, at least figuratively speaking, he could get some easy dump offs to Parr on the pick and roll.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. He does lead the team in assists, but
less than 4 a game, though.
Yeah, you would hope that your point guard that has the ball most of the time can lead the team in assists.
and that's something that guys, at least under Justin Namlick, have been able to develop. We saw Philip Jordan. Philip Jordan was in a similar situation where he wasn't a starter as a freshman because Thomas Lang was a senior. So when he would come in as that backup point guard, he was more so, energy, quickness, get to the rim, make maybe a couple of jump shots here as a freshman. Then he took over as a sophomore as the starting point guard, and there was a similar sort of development to Marcus Banks, where he could run the offense. He wasn't going to get a ton of assists, but by the time Philip Jordan was a senior, he was great on both ends of the floor as a scorer and as a playmaker.
A lot of bodies going at the rim, but eventually a foul going to be called on Parr as going up strong there was Brooks. Yeah, I think you can definitely make those comparisons with Banks. He's a little bit bigger than PJ was as well, so I think that helps. But I see in terms of just size and similar skill set, I think Wardlaw is very similar to Philip Jordan.
Yeah, I think that's a guy that you would hope to develop into a sort of similar role eventually.
He's only a freshman from Frederick, Maryland, as we mentioned earlier. 52-38 our score. And played for a pretty good Frederick team. Usually have a good program there. Seen them take on some of the EPAC schools over the years. Usually, I think Jefferson's played them a few times. Here's Robinson on the wing. It's 52-38. Parr dribbling handoff. No, he'll go down low, and again he draws a foul to Shepard down low, as that time it's Cooper trying to post up. So and you're starting to see some versatility in these guys' games as well. Michael Cooper, 6'3" guard. We've seen him shooting a few threes tonight, but there you see him trying to post up against the smaller IUP defender.
Right, like I said, Shepard's got the size advantage in this one. You can find opportunities like that, pick out matchups, and get you some easy points.
Hewley back in the game. Robinson trying to get it going. Here's down low, Aiden Hewley faces up. Gets bumped around down there, and foul called. No shot, of course, but that is, I believe, the 5th foul now on IUP this half, and the scoreboard went out, but it's back. It's okay.
Oh, boy.
See, that's the 4th. It might be the 4th foul, but
I believe that should be the 5th.
Yeah, I felt like that as well. Maybe they just haven't had a chance to update it. Well, the scoreboard's still frozen as well, so maybe it's not working again. Around 12 minutes left here in the second half. This is about kind of where it started to go a little bit crazy. It's like maybe about 15 minutes or so in the first half. Maybe a little bit less than that. I don't know. But
yeah, it was somewhere in that. It was like that in that 15 to 10 minute range where they were having the issues.
Well, we took, I think, a media timeout around 15 minutes. That wasn't because of an actual stoppage. Then we came back. It seemed to work for a little bit and then went back out again. So hopefully this is not a long-term issue. But they were able to put the 5th foul up, so Shepard's only 2 fouls away from the bonus. Here at 52-38, Shepard leading IUP. Not so much surprised here, Dylan, that Shepard's in the game or winning even, but winning the way that they are has been pretty impressive against an IUP team that came in playing very good basketball. Shepherd's been very up and down, so
right.
Kind of surprised by that result.
Yeah.
Here we go. At the other 12, media timeout here with the delay. 52-38 our score. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd Rams basketball on TV 10.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices, with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
Back here at the Butcher Center, Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Talia Tompkins, as well as Colin McLaughlin, our crew. Colin back in the studio. Dylan, will the scoreboard be fixed?
Eventually.
I hope so.
Yeah, they're having similar issues. It's hard to tell. There was this point in the first half where I kind of thought, I wonder if this will affect the momentum that Shepherd had, and it didn't really come to fruition at that point. So we're in a similar situation in here where Shepherd's been playing well, but this is extra rest for your guys, and I think that probably helps Shepherd more than anything, maybe a little more than IUP, because a lot of IUP's best players do play a lot of minutes. Like Christian Moore plays 36 minutes, so that's on average he's only sitting 2 minutes per half. Marraro plays 34, Brooks plays 30, Grove plays 30, and Furton plays 29, just about. So you could say that, it helps their guys get rest because they usually play more minutes. But I think that they're used to being able to play that many minutes.
Right.
Where on the other side, Chase Parr plays just under 30 minutes per game. And there's only one player on this team that plays 30 minutes per game, and that's Gerard Robinson at 34. And I think that's because he can lead this team in minutes because he's I think kind of just solid all around. Like, he gives you good defense. You can trust him to have the ball in his hands a little bit, make some shots. He's just there's no part of his game that is just bad that you want to avoid. And like I said, his defense in particular is very good. So I think that's probably the reason that he leads this team in minutes. Whereas a guy like Brody Davis, his minutes, I think, are going to increase as the season goes on. It's only 24 so far this year, but he lacks a little bit of size and experience, even though he can give you a lot of offensive power, shooting behind the arc. Poffenberger plays only about 27. All of these guys all around. Banks is just under 30. He's at 29. Fordlaw plays over 21. So I think Parr in particular, giving him some extra rest here, so that maybe, it still makes for, hey, you had to play this many minutes on the court, this many minutes of game time. But the stoppage could help. Maybe he can play a few extra minutes.
I'm not sure what.
I don't think this stoppage was for the scoreboard.
Yeah, I don't know what that was for exactly, but
there was only 5 seconds on the shot clock for this possession.
Yes, that is true. But that might also need reset because the scoreboard did go a little bit longer after the whistle was blown. So
yeah, okay, it's set to 10 now.
But the game clock should have about 11:52 or so. Nope, there we go.
Yep.
All right. So Hewley gets it off the inbound. Parr up top. Fadeaway jumper kind of a Dirk-like shot, and it's no good. Rebounded by IUP's Pickens. Pickens off the screen, over to Triggs. Triggs resets it. 11:20 to go, 52-38. Pickens into the lane with the left hand. Scoop shot is up and good. 12-point game. Shepherd leading IUP. Here's Parr over to Robinson. Back to Cole Parr. Wardlaw for a wide open Cole Parr for three, and it's no good. It's a couple of mishandled possessions by the Rams. Needs the IUP getting the ball back, and that looked like a walk or a foul, but no call, and now the jumper is good from Triggs.
He took 2 steps and didn't shoot the ball, so I don't know why that's not a travel.
Yeah, I don't know either. The only thing I could think is maybe there was a shove, but if there was a shove, then that's a foul. So no whistle doesn't make any sense. Wardlaw over to Hewley. Open three on the way is an air ball. Shepherd, in these last few possessions, hasn't gotten the best looks, and they're going to go back to a lot of their starters here. Parr, Poffenberger, and Davis, and now, it is all the starters. Just a few sloppy offensive possessions there, Dylan, where you just didn't really get what you wanted. You got open looks, but not the kind of shots you were getting earlier with these guys out on the floor. So now that delay allows them to come back maybe a little bit earlier than they would have been. So could be helpful here for Shepherd with 10 minutes to go. There's a drive into the lane, fade away, no good. Rebounded, though, again by IUP. Shepherd doing too much ball watching and not enough boxing out here. Shot is no good, but again, not a body on Brooks, and Brooks comes away with the rebound.
That was a bad bounce. Parr tried to box him out, but
it's true.
Brooks was quicker to get to it.
Moore with the basket. Now some pressure from IUP as they got down to 8 at 52-44. Banks takes it across half court. Good pressure from Pickens. Now over to Parr. Parr bounce pass underneath the Poffenberger, and he stepped out of bounds. A turnover for Shepherd here with 9:26 to go in this ball game, and a 52-44 lead for Shepherd, but IUP keeps getting closer and closer, and the Rams seem to be kind of folding here in these last few moments. Not enough one-shot possessions on the other end, and not really getting the looks they want on the offensive end. Marrero, fade away, good. Just tough shot against pretty solid defense from Shepherd. And all of a sudden it's a 6-point game. Banks brings it across the timeline. 52-46, 8:50 left in the ball game. Banks kicks it out. Open Poffenberger. Did not take the three-pointer that time. 12 on the shot clock. Banks into the lane. Head fakes a bunch of times. Throws up a wild shot. Parr gets a tip on it, but he can't put it in. And now a chance to make it a one-possession game for IUP. Marrero into the lane, draws the foul. Not a shooting foul, so we'll just go underneath the basket for the inbound. Shepherd hasn't been able to force those fouls on IUP either, Dylan, like they were earlier in the half. They've stayed at 5 team fouls for IUP since we've come out of that long delay.
Yeah, the offense is stagnant. I think part of that is Banks not really been able to find guys across the court, and that's part of it. It's only a bit of the issue.
Pickens goes into the lane with a tough shot over Davis, and that's up and good. IUP is rolling. Where is the timeout from Coach Namlick? Only a 4-point game.
Yeah.
Maybe just waiting for the immediate timeouts, something you can kind of do, but Sometimes you need one. Banks off the screen from Parr. Banks pull up, shot no good, rebounded by IUP. 7:40 left in this ball game. 52-48. Can the Rams?
IUP's gone to a zone, 2-3 zone, and it's thrown Shepherd off now.
Yeah, definitely been effective here. Moore, good defense from Robinson. 8 on the shot clock. Moore into the lane is fouled on his way up, and he'll shoot 2.
I think the offense needs to try to run through Chase Parr a little more, especially if they're going to run its own. Try to get it to him in the middle, and he's shown he can have the vision to find open guys.
52-48, 7:16 left in this ball game. Take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Everyone is invited to the Centerpoint Bible Church 4th Annual Community Christmas Celebration, Saturday, December 7th at 6 p.m. It's a great time for the entire family to step into the Christmas story and light the way. The evening includes a one-of-a-kind Christmas program, cookies, hot chocolate, and the Christmas tree lighting. That's Saturday, December 7th at 6 p.m. Centerpoint is located at 728 TJ Jackson Drive off the Spring Mills exit of I-81. Learn more at centerpointwv.org.
We're back here in the Butcher Center, 52-48. Shepherd leading IUP, 7:16 left in the ball game. Dylan, Shepherd now has the media timeout after the foul. You mentioned some of the offensive adjustments. What about on the defensive end?
It seems like I saw Chase Parr double Christian Moore on the last screen that the pick and roll that they went through him on. I don't really know if that's the answer on that side. I don't know. I think I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah,
on that side of the ball.
And maybe IUP's just figuring it out, kind of. I mean,
I think that's
they're a better team than 52-48.
Right.
48 points at this point seems
we
pretty low for them.
We said at halftime we'd be surprised if they didn't come back and make it close.
Yeah, and they have. Even though at one point it did look like Shepherd was going to pull away. They led 50-34 earlier. Since then, it's 14-2 run. Now a 15-2 run since that moment in favor of IUP. Banks. Over to Robinson. Poffenberger. Now back to Banks. Shepherd trying to figure it out here. They've gone back to more of a man-to-man look on the IUP side, but Robinson, tough fadeaway jumper, not the guy you really want taking that shot, and it's no good. Not sure if you really want anybody taking that shot, but that's the one that you got. Brooks, nice bounce pass to Pickens, reverse layup, no good. Parr with a good defense. Good outlet pass as well. Banks now looking to run the floor. And Rams will reset, trying to get into their motion offense. Here's Parr. Hand off to Robinson. Back to Poffenberger. Parr post up. Only 3 on the shot clock, but he works his way to the rim and gets the basket. Give credit to Brooks tonight, though. Parr hasn't really had a whole lot of offensive numbers. He came in averaging 12 points per game.
Oh, yeah.
He's done a lot of good things out there, but not necessarily in the scoring category.
For sure.
So here's Grove on the wing. Over to Pickens. 5-point Ram lead. Pickens, tough jumper, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Robinson. 5.5 minutes left. Shepherd by 5. Banks. Over to Poffenberger. Back to Banks. 13 on the shot clock, a foul called. That is the 6th. So Shepherd is one away from getting into the bonus against IUP here at 54-49.
Parr's man, it's usually Brooks, sinks off of him a lot if he gets out towards the perimeter. You got to figure out how to use that. Use him more in the dribble handoff game. If you set screens, you got to take advantage and make them pay for sinking off of him.
Yeah, they're definitely not worried about his three-point shot, which is understandable, but
there we go.
There's the dump down to Parr in the lane, and he throws it down for the dunk.
When I've been talking about the playmaking of Marcus Banks, that is what I've been talking about. That's what's been missing in this game. When Parr rolls to the rim off the pick and roll, you got to actually get it to him on the roll. That's really the first time they've done it all game.
Yeah, and it was effective for a two-handed jam. 56-49. Tough shot on the way from Marrero. It's no good, and a rebound from Banks. Banks running the floor now. Parr and him will run the pick and roll again. Not there that time, but they'll possibly try it again. Parr knows it can be effective with his size. Here's the open three from Robinson. That's off the mark, no good, and Brooks runs it down the corner and grabs the rebound. Shepherd by 7, 4:10 left. The Rams' defense has been excellent tonight, holding IUP so far to just 49 points. Three-pointer on the way is good. Pickens for 3. He nails it.
He hadn't had made any three-pointers yet coming into this year. Here we go, numbers.
Parr, two-handed jam, no good on the shot, gets his own rebound and gets fouled. That's a shooting foul, but now they're in the bonus as well. 52-56, Shepherd leads, 3:37 left. We got a timeout with the media timeout, I should say, with the under 4, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We're back here at the Butcher Center, 56-52, 3:37 left. Shepherd on top here against IUP. Dylan, Shepherd going to the line. Can they close this one out? It's been kind of a trend over the last few years, Shepherd's inability to do so. Here with 3:37 left, we'll see if they can find a way to do so tonight.
I think there's some still inexperienced elements to this team. Like Banks is part of that. You can see Chase Parr out on the floor being that graduate transfer over from Towson, having played at a higher level of basketball and having been around for at least 4 full seasons of college basketball. He understands the game. He's great at positioning, passing. You saw there was a pass to Carson Poffenberger earlier in this half where you could tell Poffenberger did not see the ball coming. It's like Parr, his mind, his basketball mind is on a different level to pretty much almost everybody on the court. I'd say on Shepherd's team at least. You saw him talking through with Banks as he misses the first free throw, trying to get him to come use the screen. Banks, I just think, needs more experience to kind of understand that. Having this year with Parr as his center will help, though.
Free throws up and good, 57-52. Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're not used to, like a lot of these guys, since they've been playing college basketball, haven't played with a guy his size and with his skill set, so it's an adjustment as well. To the rim, good attack of the basket there from IUP. Marrero has been pretty solid throughout this game. Shepherd by 5 here. He'll head to the line, shoot a pair. That one's on par. I believe it's his second now.
Yeah, I didn't see Parr commit a foul. I thought maybe that was going to be on Banks, if anything.
Yeah, big guy always gets called for it, though. Marrero knocks the first one down. He's led the team with 13 points so far tonight.
Missed the second free throw.
Banks in this 4-point game for Shepherd. 20 on the shot clock. Good defense from Moore over to Poffenberger. Now Robinson tries to feed Parr, and Brooks led it all the way. Robinson throws it away again. IUP now in transition, down by just 4. Moore.
It was a good jump by Brooks on defense.
Over to Grove. Yeah, great play. Marrero tries to get into the lane. He fell down. They're saying he kept his dribble. I don't know about that. It looked like, I'm with you. I thought he slid as well. Grove fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebounded by Michael Cooper. So Banks will bring it up for Shepherd off the Parr screen. Banks back to Robinson. Now a three-pointer on the way from Poffenberger, and that's good. His shots have looked great all night, but they finally fall there from downtown for Carson Poffenberger, and it's a big one. 60-53, 2:05 left. Jumper on the other end is no good. Robinson grabs the rebound. Banks looking to run the floor. That'll slow it down.
Clutch three-pointer by Poffenberger. I was kind of a no, yes kind of thing. I wanted him to dump it into Parr.
Parr says, I'll join the three-point party, but no, an air ball. He was wide open.
He was.
But that's not a shot.
It's not. I think...
You'd love for it to be.
I think if he would have started as a freshman here at Shepherd, he'd be hitting some of those shots because Coach Namalik has shown a trend of being able to get his big guys to add a little bit of a three-pointer. He's done it with Hewley. He did it with Kyle Daggett. But he's a grad transfer.
His shot doesn't look bad. It's just if you're not used to taking a whole lot of them, guys are going to sag off of you. And at 6'10", growing up, he probably wasn't used to taking a whole lot of threes. But big post up there from Brooks. Parr with a good outlet pass to Banks on the other end. Shot no good, but a foul. 60-53, Shepherd on top. 1:12 left, and Banks will head to the line and shoot a pair. Great outlet pass.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, he is. If he's not all PSAC East this year, I'd be incredibly surprised. Or if defensive player of the year even. He doesn't have a whole lot of blocks on the year. He only had 8 in 7 games coming into today, but he's a force.
He definitely contests the shots well. Not necessarily a big shot blocker, which would probably hold him back for the defensive player of the year in the PSAC East, depending on other guys' numbers. They're going to get him for kind of a ticky-tack foul here. Both guys going hard off of a ball, but it doesn't really matter too much. It is the 6th foul, though, on Shepherd. It is, I believe it should actually be Parr's 3rd, even though the scoreboard says 2. I thought he had one before halftime, unless that was on Cole earlier, and I was mistaken, but I could be wrong. At 61-53, Shepherd leading. 1:09 left in this ball game. Moore drives, blocked by Robinson. Banks with the basketball. Brings it across half court off the Parr screen. Under a minute now. Banks. Over to Robinson. Robinson drives in, a little surprised as Cooper gets an open look for 3! That might be your dagger. 64-53 with 40 seconds left.
Absolutely. They made the threes when they count.
Jumper there, good from Marrero, excuse me. What I was saying there, Dylan, I was a little bit surprised that we didn't see a foul from IUP. Down at the time, 61-53, you would have thought you would have got some sort of, foul to send them to the line with only about 40 seconds. I mean,
yeah,
you still have timeouts, but now I guess shot clock's almost off. Maybe that's what you're waiting for, the shot clock to get to this point where it's not going to be a factor, and now you're going to foul at 64-55. But I don't know, I try to preserve as much time as possible if I'm going to go to that. So,
yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't try to extend the game out further, but I think they were just hoping for a stop there, trusting the defense. And really, it's a shot that they gave up. It is one that you take. Like Michael Cooper's was 4 of 15 from 3 coming into the game. But going back to last season, he was better. He could hit open threes. It wasn't super consistent, but it's not a guy that I would say, oh yeah, just leave him out there, leave him open, let him shoot the three. You take that over some of the other options the Shepherd offense could have, but no, he made the shot there. That was
tonight, though. Shepherd's been very good from 3, so if they can continue to hit these three-pointers consistently throughout the season, we may see a different kind of Shepherd team. But here's the press from IUP. Rams do get it into Robinson. No foul here initially. Rams do a good job of breaking the press. And IUP still in scramble mode. That was a great job by Shepherd. They were able to kill a decent bit of time, almost 10 seconds. And with 21 seconds left, Banks will go to the line to shoot 2 as we are in, or no, we're not in the double bonus yet. We're only at 9 fouls. Earlier they did put 10 fouls up on the board, but they were, I think, fixing some of the other fouls from earlier. Banks will go to the line and knock that one down, 65-55. Second free throw here on the 1-and-1 is good. So Shepherd by 11 here with 21 seconds. So the Rams doing a lot of great things here tonight if they're able to hold on and win, which most likely they would be able to unless a crazy scenario happens. You don't want to foul, but only 14 seconds. It probably won't affect things too much. Marrero going hard to the rim.
Yeah, they're lucky that he didn't make the free throw there. Or that he didn't make the shot.
Yes.
For an and one, I should say. But
yeah,
I think in that situation, you play good defense, but make sure not to foul because you're fine trading 2 points for 2 points the rest of the way.
Especially
if you can make your free throws.
Only 14 seconds, that kills another few seconds if that ball goes through the basket and you don't foul. But now you're up by 10 with just 14 seconds left. Pickens comes back in. Face guarding there is Herring. And they'll get it into Robinson, who's fouled almost immediately. Good job that time by IUP to foul. 12.9 seconds left, and we're into the double bonus now for Robinson. Robinson entered the game 84% free throw shooter on the year, 16 and 19 coming into this one. And the free throw here spins around and good. So 67-57, 13 seconds left. Second one from Robinson is good as well, 68-57. We'll roll it in. Shot on the way, no good. Poffenberger tips it. Parr grabs it, and he will smartly pull it out and respectfully pull it out as well. And Shepherd 68-57 IUP. So the Rams get the win here at home in the Butcher Center and get a nice win over a very solid IUP team. Rams improved now, Dylan, to 5-3. IUP drops to 5-4. Let's go ahead and just kind of roll into our post-game show. But, Dylan, your thoughts on this one?
I'm really impressed. This is the first full game of Shepherd basketball that we've gotten to broadcast this year. And, we heard about the transfers from Towson, and I was really impressed with both of them, especially Chase Parr. I do think even just past what some of the statistics from these games had said, he showed to be a really smart player, really good passer. Him and his brother Cole off the bench provided some good stuff. There's still some room for improvement. I think this team would be really dangerous if they still had Phillip Jordan as their point guard, but him graduating, Marcus Banks showed a little bit of an experience that he can grow into over time. You can, watch the film, say, hey, there's some missed opportunities here, some passes maybe you can make. But he did a really good job driving in the lane and scoring today. Brody Davis, didn't go off from three today, but you saw the threat that he can be. You have the solid role players like Cole Parr, Jared Robinson, and Carson Poffenberger, and even Michael Cooper, who made that clutch three right there at the end that give you some. This team isn't going to shoot the lights out from three, but they have shooters that you've got to pay attention to. I think they're still a little limited offensively for the reasons that I said already, but it's a good team.
Yeah,
man.
It's solid.
I think this is definitely an improvement over last year. And you can see it. It just beat a really good IUP team. They went to Cal when they were number 4 in the country and beat them on their own home floor. This team is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the PSAC East this year. I think, this is a fun team. If they can not have those sort of stretches they had late, somewhat late in the second half where they let the lead get down to like 4 points, and you just cut out some of that inconsistency, a little bit of stagnation on offense, and I like this team a lot.
Yeah, I think the key will be for them to be able to shoot the ball like they were able to tonight more consistently. I mean, not necessarily as good, but at least get up to like 35% or so from three, and just continue to be a good defensive team. And Shepherd could make some noise in the PSAC this year. Let's give some quick stats, and we'll get out of here. Parr, 9 points for Chase Parr, 10 rebounds. Nice game for him overall. Davis had 18 for Marcus Banks, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He leads the way for Shepherd tonight on 6 of 10 shooting. Poffenberger with 5, Robinson with 4, Wordlaw with 3, and Cole Parr with 10, Cooper with 9, Hewley with 3 as well. For IUP, they were led by Moraro with 17 and Brooks with 12, 8 from Grove, 2 from Triggs, Herring with 4, and Christian Moore held to just 9 points on 4 of 12 shooting. He came in averaging 21 a game, so that's another huge reason for the Rams win, and they hold a team that averaged 74 points per game to just 57 tonight, Dylan. So 68-57 your final score, but that will do it for us. And we're back tomorrow with high school football for you at 1:30 kickoff, 12:30 pregame show between Martinsburg and Huntington. But for Talia Tompkins helping us out, as well as Dylan Bishop, Kyle McLaughlin back in the studio, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from the Butcher Center. And we'll see you tomorrow for Martinsburg football. Have a good night, everyone.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Are you tired of all of the Black Friday commercials? So are we. At CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg, we have Orange Saturday with juicy deals all month long. Right now, lease a new 2024 Tacoma for only $229 a month for 39 months, or buy and get 3.99% financing. Or check out a new 2025 Camry and get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Visit us online at cmastoyotaofmartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Welcome into the post-game scoreboard show here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube as Shepherd gets a 68-57 win against IUP tonight in men's basketball. Let's now take a look at some other scores around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. One that went final, got to update that as there were some free throws made, it appears, right at the end. Pitt Johnstown gets the win, a high-scoring affair against Shippensburg by a final score of 91-86. That one just goes final. And one still in action, keep an eye on. I'll probably try to come back to it if I can. Might go into overtime, so we might have to end the broadcast with it still going on. But if you want to follow along, you can do so on MillersvilleAthletics.com, as there's about 16 seconds left. It is 70-69. Millersville leads Seton Hill. Final score, it was Westchester defeating Cal U 77-60. Gannon dominates Mansfield by a final score of 113-67. Final score as well, 70-60. It was Lock Haven defeating Clarion with a big second half for Lock Haven. And it was Slippery Rock defeating Kutztown 86-72. So those are your scores from around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Checking in one last time, it looks like Millersville back up by 2, hitting a few free throws right now against Seton Hill. Our final score, 68-57. Shepherd defeats IUP. This has been Shepherd Rams basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Have a great rest of your night. This concludes our coverage of NCAA Division II basketball, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
McLean Corley off the Poppenberger screen. Great screen. McLean Corley for 3. It's good! Daniel McLean Corley!
5 seconds left on the clock. Werner looking for room to maneuver. Pulls up. Floater. Gets it to go. Kara Werner.
We hope you enjoyed our coverage here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. All rights reserved.